and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man that's recording this episode from inside an abandoned railroad car. It's Bryce.
How's it going? That was the railroad car that hobo from Purdue was sleeping in?
Yeah, that's right. Cuba Gooding Jr., by giving him that jacket, murdered him.
Yes, he murdered him on purpose.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page of that. Because when I was watching it, I'm like, man, that guy just got murdered because of the jacket switch. Yeah. So did you give up your watch and wallet and cell phone already? Or do you have anything left in this train car of yours?
I have some empty cans of beer, which are probably adding to the echo effect.
Well, listen, man, I'm just really honored that you would be recording this episode while being chased by a gang of hoods, led by Denis Leary.
To be honest, it was my own fault. I do that thing we do in life where we make a decision and, like, you start to contemplate, did I just Judgement Night myself?
I like that that's become a thing.
Yeah.
So I mean,
everybody does it. Everybody thinks about this movie all the time, so they're always questioning if they Judgement Nighted themselves or not.
You know, and sometimes I Judgement Night myself on things that aren't even that big. So the other day I got a coffee, and I'm like, I think I just Judgement Nighted myself by getting almond milk and not coconut.
Yeah, probably.
So I was looking through the 1993 action films at the time, and this movie is a true outlier in 93, I would say, because we had Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, Falling Down.
Last Action Hero?
Yeah, Last Action Hero, Fugitive, so Nowhere to Run. So you had, what I like is you have Cliffhanger, Sylvester Stallone murdering people. Demolition Man, Sylvester Stallone destroying people. Falling Down, Michael Douglas just, I don't know, losing it. And then, you know, really being preachy. You have Fugitive. You have Harrison Ford being super capable. Nowhere to Run, Jean-Claude Van Damme murdering people. Last Action Hero, spoof on the genre, but still, a lot of people didn't get it. In the Line of Fire, Clint Eastwood being super capable. Tombstone, Kurt Russell being super capable. Then you also had, Point of No Return. That was a remake, and, Three Musketeers. And then you had Judgment Night, where Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., Stephen Dorff, and Jeremy Piven are just running the entire time and scared.
They're running away.
Yeah, they're running away. And it's a nice balance, I guess, compared to the rest of the 93 action films. This is a movie where these four suburban guys are trying to man up the entire time, but they're woefully out of their league. And it's just, the more you watch it, I think the more interesting it becomes. And is that why you recommended it to me?
For sure. I don't know. It's just like one of those movies that's always stuck in my head from the youth. Big fan of the movie, and I was a big fan of the soundtrack. I was like 12 or 13 years old.
Oh.
I was just always into it.
I mean, that's a perfect time to listen to this. I mean, so I was reading a lot of articles about this and Consequence of Sound, Rolling Stone, various articles. They're talking, do you think what's kept this movie alive is the soundtrack? I mean, this thing went platinum. It has some pretty good, some bangers on the soundtrack. They mixed it up really well. Do you think that's one of the reasons why this, I think that's why people still talk about Judgment Night mostly is because of love of the soundtrack.
Probably, but it's also it's one of Emilio Estevez's last movies. Mm-hmm. And, that's early on the Piven train. Wonder how long he thought that would last. And also, Denis Leary was a pretty big star back then. Mm-hmm. He kind of just hit it, and then he made 10 movies between 3 years, and then he also did a fizzle. I mean,
yeah, it kind of went to TV, right? He did Rescue Me.
Yeah.
I remember him and The Ref. They were really trying to make. So I have a question, and I guess you're right though. If you're sitting at home and you're watching Showtime and you see this cast, you're gonna be like, and you're our age, I guess, you're gonna be like, what is this? I gotta watch this movie. So I dig that, but okay. I think the most believable henchman in this group was Everlast. Just his look, right?
Yeah, he's the only one that looks like a henchman. There's the guy, whose name I can never remember.
Oh, Peter Green as Sykes.
Peter Green, yeah. He's obviously played a bad guy before.
Yeah, he was in The Mask and a few other movies. And you know what I like, though, about this movie, too, man? Peter Green is an excellent second in command. I don't know. I like a good side henchman, like Mr. Joshua, Lethal Weapon, Commander Cleef from Under Siege, Mad Dog, The Raid, Bennett Commando, Xenia Onatopp, Goldeneye, Go-Go from Kill Bill, Pick Van Cleef from Hard Target, Arnold Vosloo. I just think action movies work better when there's the legit sidekick. to the henchmen. Do you feel the same?
Oh, for sure. And, especially like Lethal Weapons case, sometimes I like it when the side henchman ends up being the kind of main bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an excellent fight there at the end between Riggs and Joshua. Oh, yeah. I dig it. Yeah, I mean, Richard Donner shot the heck out of that. But no, okay.
Not as much of an excellent fight at the end of this movie.
No. Okay. What do you think about the final fight in Judgment Night? It's fun, I guess. What Judgment Night has blessed us with is a final fight between Denis Leary and Emilio Estevez. It's kind of beautiful.
It is, and it's in some kind of discount store / warehouse / grocery store.
Yeah, it's cavernous.
Yeah, but it's also very crowded at times. Yeah. And there appears to only be one bathroom.
And there's all these fresh tomatoes in there. It's an interesting fight. And okay, let's say you're an action movie hero, Bryce. How much would you love to fight in that place? I'd just be knocking over shelves. I would be just destroying everything. I'd enjoy fighting in that place, I think.
It's very much a kind of precursor to those rage rooms, rage cages that they have these days, that you can pay to bust up.
Wait, there's rage cages?
I think so. I've seen them on reality shows.
Wow. That scene in Zombieland where they destroy that shop? It just looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
When I worked comic conventions for years, my buddy Dave and I always just said we wanted to have a Family Guy or They Live style fight in the convention hall and just Godzilla the entire place. Oh, that'd be so much fun. But no, I dig the final fight. And also, the more I watch it, the more you become intrigued with these guys kind of talking about, like, manning up. It's an interesting... You know what I like, too, is I like when our supposed heroes are just incredibly out of their league. And these guys, they all think they're tough, right? I mean, this is like Emilio Estevez's character from The Breakfast Club, grown up. And I like how out of their league they are, but then they keep yelling at each other about manning up and freezing. If you and I get Judgment Night, who knows what we're going to do? I mean, it's such a tough... I guess another thing I like about this movie is you're sitting there going, I wouldn't do that, but then you're like, wait, would I? Wait, I've never been chased by Denis Leary with a gun, so who knows what I'd do? So I think it does raise some pretty cool questions.
Yeah, that whole thing, he's the kid from Breakfast Club grown up. I mean, I didn't even think of it before. Being that it's his second most famous role, I think.
Yeah. Oh, you think this is the second most famous?
No.
Breakfast Club. Oh, no, Billy the Kid, right? Do you think Billy the Kid's is most famous or Mighty Ducks?
Ooh, now you got me thinking. Maybe we'll have to do... No, I don't want to do an Estevez squad. Okay. Maybe. But no, maybe the kid from Breakfast Club grew up, and that's Frank, Estevez's character. And they keep, driving home this point. Man, Frank, you're just not like you used to be, man. Where's that old Frank? They keep poking him.
You know what's interesting, too, is they don't really try to even make you like these characters in the beginning. So Emilio has been like, I've been stuck in my house for 3 months. And his wife says, yeah, me too. And she's, they try to maybe paint her a little bit as the villain. And then he's trying to give her grief. And then you have Cuba, who's just super, aggressive, loud.
He's hitting on a teenager as soon as he pulls up.
Oh, yeah. And he's the kind of guy who's like, I scored 4 touchdowns in high school in 1 game. You have Dorf, who's like all bark, no bite. And then Jeremy Piven, who's just slimy. And I kind of dig that, though. Like, these are our protagonists, and they aren't really trying to make us like them. That's another interesting choice, I thought, by Stephen Hopkins in here. And I know 40 people wrote this. Lewis Colick was credited, but I don't know, that's kind of interesting. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Do you think he tried to make a movie with unlikable characters on purpose?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, these are supposed to be our protagonists, and they're not like Walter White from Breaking Bad or Tony Soprano that you're like, I love these guys, but they're horrible. Like, these are supposed to be we're supposed to like them, and like John McClane, right? We loved him right off the bat. But these guys are, I don't know, they're really not lovable. Is that a mistake?
I'm changing perspectives constantly in this conversation. Because I would argue on the other side, like, the criminals I love.
Yeah.
They're a good time. Denis Leary's a good time. He's hanging out. Yeah, he's killing people, but it's a good time.
He gets the speeches. He's calling people cockroaches, and I like when Jeremy Piven tries to sell him, and then Jeremy Piven immediately realizes that he's out of his league. That conversation swings.
We got to dedicate some time to that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, do you want to read it out? Do you want to try to copy it? Do you want to reenact it for me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't memorize this by heart. I do not have the screenplay in front of me.
Oh man, he does make a good point. He's like, you guys just drive all over us.
Drive all over us. You sit there and your house is in the suburbs. You're 10 miles away.
This movie makes some pointed references towards, they shot in downtown Chicago. They had a lot of interesting things going on down there. Somebody got shot in the head. They had interesting time shooting. They realized they weren't as tough as they thought. But I guess, do you think this movie tries to make some comments like, yeah, we drive over this and ignore it, and then no one comes down to that area when the cops are called? It's basically forgotten. It's basically they frame it as this weird sort of wasteland of an area where nobody goes and people are always running. There's a little bit of social commentary in there, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Your episode last week about the Candyman, you guys talked about that, the kind of white fear that people have around Chicago to go anywhere near the real part of the city.
Yeah, exactly. They, we're in a bad spot. Oh man, we're in a bad spot of town. And Hopkins even thought about that. He directed Predator 2 as well, and he said on that set he had the Crips guarding his set. He's like, yeah, these overpasses were built so you can drive over these areas that quote unquote you think are scary. So it's, I don't know. I thought it was pretty interesting that these four really, there's some, it tries, I would say it tries a lot more than Demolition Man to make some social commentary.
It tries. I will say that he did have good foresight to make the antagonist, and as we all know in Chicago, we have all those Irish gangs roving around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the president is most concerned about.
Yeah, they have
when he always brings up Chicago, he's always like, oh, all those Irish gangs.
Yeah, driving on their green vans. But you think it was a smart idea to make them like an Irish kind of gang in Chicago?
I do. I think that was a good move.
How bad? Yeah, oh gosh.
I bet that wasn't in the first draft. What do you think? Am I just looking too much into that, or?
I guess by casting Denis Leary as the villain in downtown Chicago with the Irish gang, I don't even know if they are Irish. Leary, I guess, Denis Leary. I mean, listen, you got to do it, right? You don't have to do it, but at least it shows some thought in '93. And the director said, like, the first scripts, there were motorcycle chases on buildings and there was a lot of rape. And yeah, it's like, it was, they said this movie was what? The Warriors meets Deliverance. Yeah. And I don't know. I think the way they handled it was, for '93, I think it was fine. I think no one really comments on that, I guess. I mean, some articles have, like, that they at least made a stab at that. So, I mean, when they get to the apartment complexes, the residents there, there are people that are all bad in this, I guess. Actually, our heroes come downtown and actually make, because of their boneheaded mistake, not boneheaded, I guess when you have a gun pointed at your head, you can't really call them mistakes. But they're the ones that raise all the trouble in this area. They get people shot, they get apartment complexes broken into. Yeah, they're the ones, I guess they're the trouble, I guess. And I guess, this is weird, but I kept wondering why they didn't just keep running. Just run. Like, pull a clear and present danger and just always run. But then I thought, Mark, you're not in that great a shape, and you've never been chased by 4 gunmen. So, I guess you can't fault their decisions in this movie, do you?
Well, they could have ran from the get-go. Analyzing it, Leary and his gang, they're rolling around. Okay, they're rolling around in, like, this Cadillac or with a V8 engine. So you can hear where his car is at all.
Wow. And no one's on the street.
It's driving along. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then it stops. It's like, okay, run then.
Yeah, they're not velociraptors like that car. That thing's not clever. It's not sneaking up on you.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, And then they go to the rail yard first. And okay, this is another thing, man. Like when people talk about movies, they're always like, I would have done this. I guess when you hear a noise, like in a horror movie, if you hear a noise upstairs in a closet and you go upstairs to look at it, you're probably not the smartest. But I guess in this situation, since everything's so new to them, I guess it's not. Like, they don't realize how severe it is at first, I don't think, or that they'll be killed. So I guess I have a hard time faulting their decisions for not just running and listening for a large V8 engine.
Well, like, they're all shown as terrified right when they get into that area of town because...
Oh, yeah.
A homeless guy, like, pretends to pull a gun, but he's just pulling a bottle of whiskey or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're scared shitless.
Mm-hmm. And you kind of have the 4 different guys, right? You have Piven, who's saying we shouldn't pull over. People fake getting hit, and then we get shot in the head. And then you have Cuba.
Yeah,
What's up?
Piven was the most unlikable character. However, he was probably the most correct.
Yeah, they got out of the car and helped the guy with the gun wound.
Yeah.
And then that leads to him dying.
Oh, and that's a clip I sent you a long time back. The reaction to Michael De Lorenzo is the guy that's shot. He was on Head of the Class and on Fox in the 90s. He gets shot, and I swear they do like a quadruple take on all of their reactions.
Yes.
To the guy dying. And like Stephen Dorff does a good job of kind of reacting. He's like, oh no. Cuba's scared beyond belief. Piven's kind of like wondering if he turned the oven off. and Emilio just seems confused by it. So it's like really, I've analyzed this a few times. So
Piven's more worried about making sure that the Nintendo and TVs can still be sold than he is about this guy being shot. I mean, I don't know. I guess, yeah. I'm telling you, this movie raises some interesting questions, I think. I don't know if the questions are that great, but at least they raise them. And the director said that whenever Piven dies in the movie during his screenings, people cheer. People hate it. Also, his falling scream is kind of funny.
I believe it is very funny.
And also, yeah, he falls. And Cuba does the majority of the work in this movie, does he not? He kills Peter Green, and then he kills Everlast. This guy does all the work for him.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so he's kind of he's like, I guess he's sort of not the hero of this movie, right? But he's the one that does the majority of the work.
Definitely.
Should they have just listened to him?
I don't know. He also wanted everyone to stop and get the guy off the street.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, that was a 3-against-1 situation.
Yeah, they all wanted to get him. Which...
Maybe after Piven dies, maybe then you listen to Cuba. I'm not sure.
And then he starts calling Frank boss.
That's true.
But, I mean, these guys would be fighting, I would say. These guys, I don't know. I think a power struggle would happen between the 4, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, who was in charge and who is going to be in charge? I guess maybe that's what they set up at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. And also, they got those security guards killed in the swap meet.
They also got the security guards killed. I was going to say, after, when we first opened the podcast, when you said, oh yeah, they killed that hobo, and they get a whole bunch of people's doors busted in, and then they get the 2 security guards killed. They almost get a gang of little kids killed.
Oh yeah.
But the Irish gang knows how to reason with them.
Yeah, he gives them blood money. There's blood on it. There's blood on everything.
There's blood on.
Oh, Denis Leary. Oh man. Yeah, you're right. These guys cause more chaos in this neighborhood than anything else. Oh, that makes me happy. But I guess watching it again too. Do you find this movie refreshing in its? I think this movie could be 15 minutes shorter. I really do. But it feels refreshingly low. There's no low stakes, but it's nice not watching. I don't know. I think the small story I like, if that makes sense. It's very contained. It looks good. It's filmed well. There's some excellent shots in it. It looks good. There's some
definitely it looks good. Just and every place is a little bit different that they go to. Projects. It's very like claustrophobic, and yeah, they're basically getting chased up a getting chased up a narrow path and stuff. Then they go into the sewers. I wish I remembered my film history a little bit more. I'm not sure what he's doing in there, but it's very kind of noir. And then they have like his face in the front, like the close focus, deep focus shots.
Yeah. Like the shallow, like that's nice back. They had some pretty, they return to that shot several times, but it's effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. And the director made the crew watch a movie. Let me find out which one it was, but an old black and white movie that he wanted to watch where he wanted to sort of make it look like Touch of Evil. He wanted them to watch. And of course, The Sixth Man, because he wanted to,
Third Man.
What's up? Oh, Third Man. The Sixth Man's the movie with Kadeem Hardison and Marlon Wayans, where a ghost helps him play basketball.
Ghost happens to help him play basketball. Yeah, that's good.
That's another Orson Welles
Maybe he
classic.
didn't watch The Sixth Man.
Imagine that, right, Bryce? You're a world-renowned director, and you get this cast, and you're like, I want my movie to look like The Sixth Man, and everybody watches it, and you're like, how? Like, what? This is really interesting. You're making a movie about Kinsey, and we're gonna make it look like this Sixth Man. Like, that's a brave choice. Oh man. But no, I also like he said, what the director said when we first went there. I shot on these different cameras to see how it would look, and Chicago has this very specific style of lighting that had this sodium yellow color to it. So we lit the whole thing like a dirty yellow at night, which didn't actually react well on film. We had to change it as we went. We found out that after a while that the sodium yellow lights made everything look out of focus. And we covered these poor actors in tons of dirt and drenched them in water, and you know what it's like in Chicago in November. So it's kind of, I mean, there's a lot of shadow in this. There's a lot of interesting colors. Like, this is a well put together movie, and I think it got unjustly maligned when in New York a gunfight happened in a theater and the movie got pulled. Same thing kind of happened to The Warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of crazy that a shooting took place and this movie got pulled.
And I remember as a kid, I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, when's that coming out on VHS, man? Want to watch that?
Yeah. I grabbed it from Blockbuster. I'm certain of that, and I watched it. I thought Denis Leary was the scariest guy ever.
I thought he was awesome. Like, I thought, oh man, Denis Leary played like freaking excellent villain.
You know what I like about him? If you think about some of the villains from the 90s, there's, I don't know why I keep talking about it, but the villain from Under Siege 2, where they're just so smart and so pithy, and it just feels nothing. What's up?
Eric Bogosian?
Yeah. Nothing about that feels real. It's overly stylish. It feels so faux. But I guess they tailored Denis Leary's monologues and his villain like on him. So I think I never felt, he felt a little out of place, and I don't know if he seemed as battle hardened as you'd think that he would, but I don't know. Nothing about him really rings false. Like it's a good villain in a movie, I would say. Really murderous, will not stop, always finds people. It's cheeky enough. I don't know. He makes a mistake though at the end though when he tells Emilio he's going to go to his house. Like you never tell somebody that. That's going to make them rally. Yeah. Emilio hulks out on him at the end.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
He mighty ducks.
He mighty ducks him. What was I going to say? I've lost it.
Denis Leary, he doesn't hulk out. You never say that to a person when you're about to kill him.
Yeah. I remember he played almost the exact same character in a movie called Gunman with Mario Van Peebles and Christopher Lambert. Kind of a wisecracking evil villain. I don't know, even in Judgment Night, you kind of see him kill, and then like he goes after these guys for no reason. There's that 1% that you still think like, maybe he'll be good by the end. Like maybe he'll do a Negan from The Walking Dead. He'll be a good guy now or something like.
And that never happens.
And it never happens.
That's funny that
probably because it doesn't make sense, Negan.
I mean, I stopped watching it. I couldn't wait. He was in Operation Dumbo Drop, and he was oh wow, and he was in Demolition Man.
Yeah.
You're right. He had a good run. Demolition Man, Judgment Night, The Ref. I wouldn't say
And,
Two If by Sea is a big one.
well, I think that was a pretty big movie. That was like Sandy B's follow-up, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, it was 96. So it had heat behind it, I guess.
And I believe Cuba followed this up with a freaking Oscar.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
Like, he won an Oscar after doing this movie, which in this movie I would say he's, I've never been the hugest Cuba Gooding Jr. fan, but, you know, he's a pretty good actor, but I would say he's a little bit on the overacting side in this film.
Actually, I'm really happy you brought that up because the director talks about this, and he said that people kind of go at Cuba for his portrayal in this, kind of over the top. But he said that Cuba's upbringing was rough, and this movie brought out some things in him while he was on set. Like, he really got into this role. So the actor kind of defends him a little bit because I guess Cuba just got really into it. Which, I don't know, I think there would be people like this, though, where they're being chased, and they think, oh, man, I'm an action hero. I just watched Commando. I can take care of us. Let's make a stand. Let's fight these guys. Let's go shoot them. You're horribly out of your league, but you don't want to seem like a punk. The character rings true to me, I would say.
Yeah, the character probably does ring. I mean, the character rings true. But yeah, I guess that's where I was coming from. I was unaware of what, Hopkins had said, so interesting.
They did a Massacre 25th anniversary screening for this. And there's no commentary on the Blu-ray. I was going to buy it to listen to it, but there's none of that. And there's really not many interviews. But because of the Cinemassacre 25th anniversary screening in, 2018, I was able to, Consequence of Sound, Rolling Stone, I was able to glean a lot of good, this guy left some pretty good gems on the table here. And he sounds a little depressed that this movie has basically stayed relevant because of the soundtrack. He's like, I wish the movie would stay relevant because it's good, but he's also happy that the movie's still in conversation because of the soundtrack. But yeah, he seems legit bummed that I guess it didn't take off more. But I don't know, man. Like in '93, is this a movie that takes off? No big names.
With what you listed before at the beginning of the show, I mean, with all those movies, how could it?
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, yeah, it's interesting, right? Because remember the '90s, how A-list driven they were. There wasn't, nowadays you can cast Chris Hemsworth as Thor, or Chris Evans as Captain America, or Benny Cumby as Doctor Strange. But back then you had Tom Cruise as Jerry Maguire, Julia Roberts running away. Julia Roberts and her run in the '90s was insane, by the way. So it was like all these movies were just like Bruce Willis and this and that, Will Smith, Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey. And then this one is Emilio. I mean, he got $4 million for it, which is awesome.
One person alone, usually. Yeah.
Yeah. And so this one just had, Cuba had done Boys in the Hood. Excellent movie, but he wasn't a star yet. Brad Dourif was super young. Piven, no one knew him. This is pre-Entourage. But
yeah, he was and probably will remain the guy that was in the Cusack movies.
Yeah. 10 years, man. 10 years. Oh, yeah. I quote that all the time. So yeah, I mean, you're at the theater and you're watching this. I don't know. It just doesn't seem, it doesn't seem like it would draw too many people to it, which is kind of brave and kind of dumb. But I guess I appreciate them for trying, right?
Well, then this is actually something I have written down. So we have to put our minds back in the time. Like, could we recast this movie?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I really haven't thought of too much, and I don't know.
Oh man,
I haven't really thought of any replacements. But could you recast this movie and possibly make it a more of a box office success?
Oh, I think so. And actually, I'm looking the weekend. It opened at number 5 that weekend, but it was up against Demolition Man, Beverly Hillbillies, and Cool Runnings. Those are pretty strong. That movie did not have a chance. All right, what about this? Tom Hardy and Logan Marshall Green. Because they look alike and they could play brothers.
Yeah.
And then you got Michael Pena and, I don't know, Lakeith Stanfield from...
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. Would those 4 be good together? Would they make... And then Denis Leary, just bring them back?
Just bring it back.
I'd love that. So you could have, let's see. All right. Anne Hathaway, Isa Gonzalez. This could really work. What Gugu and Raw and Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, that'd be an excellent choice. Yeah.
That'd be a good movie. And they're being chased by Denis Leary?
Are they being chased by Denis Leary, or do we have to replace I don't think we need to replace the gang with females.
It could be more of a blended gang, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Diverse gang. I mean, you could just add, let's see. You could do Denis Leary, Colin Farrell, Jessie Buckley, and Donald Gleason as an all-Irish gang.
Okay.
What do you think?
Maybe went a little bit too heavy on the Irish.
And horrible accents, too. Make it a real Irish gang. Set it in Boston.
Actually, yeah. Set it in Boston, or better yet, set it in wherever the Irish gangs live. Dublin?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So they're on vacation, and they end up in a rough area of Belfast, which is a beautiful city, and I love it, by the way. I'm not ragging on it. And then they just play up the worst Irish stereotypes possible. What do you think?
I feel like the Irish are the only people we can still parody, so.
Yeah. That would be, imagine Donald Gleason with like a few gold teeth running around acting tough.
Suppose you found yourself at the wrong side of the rainbow.
Oh, man. Warwick Davis is in there. Just make another Leprechaun movie.
Just make another Leprechaun in the Hood movie.
Yeah.
It could definitely work out.
Oh, man. Hey, so how about this? Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we will talk more Judgment Night. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. You wanted to talk about the score, didn't you, Bryce?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Are we praising Hopkins here, or are we we're giving him a little bit of elbows, a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah, for the Silvestri score?
Well, even for the movie.
I think so. I think he took a chance. And
I think the movie overall is a good movie. I had IMDb page open now. It's 6.6, and it's like, yeah, that's about right.
And that's above average, I think.
And that's way above average. It's good.
I guess my one complaint about this movie is it does linger a bit. I think this could have been a little more muscular. This could have been 90 minutes.
Yeah, things could have been, I don't really want to point them out, but some things probably could have done a little bit curtailed or done a little bit better. But overall, good flick. There is one thing about I guess he hired Silvestri. Silvestri? I don't know how to say this name.
Yeah, that's right.
He hired him, and they had worked together on he worked with a few people in Predator 2 on this movie. And
he works with a cinematographer on almost everything he does.
The original score that Silvestri had was more like John Carpenter-esque.
Oh, like no.
More like... like probably a little bit more horror, kind of sci-fi type of dystopian type of sounding. And I would have liked to hear that.
I would definitely change the movie. It would add...
Yeah, the music in the movie is very... Yeah, it does not deserve the intensity of Die Hard or Predator 2.
No. Not at all. Yeah. No, yeah, maybe... So you have all this hardcore... You have them hiding in a bunker for 30 minutes, and then you have this really threatening score.
Yeah, the moments of action in this movie are a 10-second blast at best, and it does not deserve the score that you hear.
And you know what? You make a good point, because I guess the violence in this movie feels a little bit more real, except for Emilio's and Denis Leary's Family Guy fight at the end that takes forever. But, I mean, I like it. You get a guy getting shot, and then you have another guy just getting shot, standing there. And then you have a fight scene in the sewers where one guy completely freezes up, and Emilio has to jump into action, and then that guy gets shot just standing there. It seems more real?
Yeah, I get that.
No, there's no jumping in the air with two Uzis.
Definitely not. And there's no jumping off of buildings with fire hoses or...
Mm-hmm. And Denis Leary falls a short distance and actually dies. Right?
Just a very short distance. It's about 10 feet.
I mean, he landed on his head. So yeah, it's interesting. He's like, I'm gonna take you with me at the end. And Emilio says no. Yeah, I guess that. But I'm telling you, it seems more like there's a lot more execution style. There's a lot more thinking. There's a lot more overanalyzing. I don't know. I wrote in my notes that feels like a turtle in the hare type movie where these guys, the main guys, just keep running and then they stop and then the villains catch up to them and then they run and then they stop and the villains catch up to them and then they run and then they stop and the villains catch up to them. It's very much so turtle in the hare, tortoise in the hare, turtle in the hare. You know what I mean? Did you get that vibe?
I did. Also, it's like the tortoise and the hare, and then like the hare stops and like, I got to take a stand against this tortoise, and then fail completely each time.
I got to slow this turtle down.
Yeah.
I guess if they just would have, and once again, I hate judging it because I've never been in this situation, but I guess if they just kept running or jogging or walking and not stopping, these guys never would have caught up to them.
Well, I mean, in the stock car or the railroad car, he does lose his wallet. So there is that scene where he's calling out, I know where you live.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Francis.
Yeah, Francis.
So they have to kill him then.
Well, pretty much. I mean, if someone knows where you live, you have to kill them.
Yeah, especially Denis Leary's character.
Yeah.
Okay, can we go back to Everlast? I like how he's just down to roll. You have the one henchman who complains, then you have the right-hand man that's always keeping that guy in check. But he's also not really into it, because I don't think these four guys would have said anything. They're not, yeah, it was four Irish guys in a car. Like, what do they look like? I don't know, Denis Leary. I don't think they would have narked on these, not narked, that's the wrong word, or said, like, Denis Leary and his crew could have just driven out of there, don't you think?
I believe so. But I don't. Again, we aren't in these situations.
Yeah, and we're making judgments about Judgement Night.
The cops were running away from. It's bugging me. We are doing this podcast on the actual Judgment Night.
Yeah, we are. That's wild. Okay, did you get a laugh about Jeremy Piven when those women actually do a really brave thing? They have a great fish tank, by the way. And they let them into their homes. And Piven is just going, why aren't the cops here? The cops, what's going on? And it didn't feel fake to me because I think Piven is that entitled that he didn't stop to think, I am in this area. We didn't see anybody. I thought it was a good moment. Like that was a good character beat.
They saw the cops and the cops were running from them.
Yeah.
So all they ever see of the cops is like them speeding through their neighborhoods, probably on the way to some kind of crime or something, you know?
Yeah, and they aren't. Yeah, and then they never come back. I guess. So they come by once, but I thought that was neat. And also, I'd like the scene where Denis Leary drowns the guy. Everlast is just like, all right, man, I think he's dead. And then Leary goes, oh, the noise stopped. That guy was a whiner, right? And he was shot.
He was a whiner. He was probably the second most unlikable character in the whole movie.
If you're you're Denis Leary and you have that whiny henchman and you're already a murderer, it makes sense he took him out. That guy was kind of, and then that one dude had died, so he was just gonna be a brat. Who hired this fourth guy?
Internet was around then. Maybe you got it on Monster. I don't know. First days of the internet. AOL jobs.
It seemed like Peter Green, right? That was maybe his cousin or his cousin's daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah, something like that.
And he just has to keep him in check the whole time. Oh man.
Hey, you keep quiet.
I'll tell your aunt, who's also a gangster in Dublin. Just a long line of this. What show have I been watching lately? Oh, never mind. But yeah, so we've talked about the soundtrack. We've covered the score that was more Carpenter heavy. I'd love to hear that. Talked about the different people. Do you want to do a 1993 action movie draft?
I just want to mention about the soundtrack really quick.
Yeah. Or whatever you want to talk about.
There is like for the listeners, there is a great, this was also the 25th anniversary, and I think it's the article that you're referencing is, there is a great oral history. If you just Google oral history Judgment Night, there's a good article that talks to almost all the people involved and the producer of the soundtrack. It was weird. I loved that album because I loved like rock and rap when I was 13 years old. I always thought that the majority of these bands, they were in separate rooms when they recorded these tracks, but most of them were together. It didn't make any sense. I was like, wait a minute. Helmet and House of Pain were in the same room?
Wow.
Because some of them don't sound like it. They're kind of like two separate songs, or you think, oh, they sent the track over and then, but no, Sir Mix-a-Lot and Mudhoney got together and made a song.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall during these recording sessions.
Also a great Del the Funky Homo Sapien and Jay Mascis of Dinosaur Jr. and Mike D and Mike Watts on the Arsenio Hall show play the track from this album. It's really good.
Oh, you can find that on YouTube? I think I like the De La Soul song the most. Do you have a...
De La Soul song is the best song on the soundtrack.
Okay, good. That's your favorite as well?
Yeah. That's all. It's also the movie's favorite. They play it like 3 times in the movie. There's 12 songs on the soundtrack, and they play 3 of them in the movie.
Yeah, that's kind of wild, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that the soundtrack even... Well, no, it's not wild that the soundtrack took off. I mean, you took a who's who of people, and then you did have Run DMC kind of kicking that door open, I guess, with Aerosmith. And then this kind of took it to another level, because Aerosmith was definitely rock, but they brought in Slayer for this.
Yeah.
Like, they brought in metal.
So they brought in metal, but it's not... It's kind of like rap versus grunge for the most part. It's Sonic Youth and Helmet, Mudhoney and Dinosaur, and Pearl Jam's even on the soundtrack, but Eddie Vedder wouldn't sing on the track.
Yeah, Sonic Youth was it's an interesting song. Someone described their music as sludgy, and that made me laugh.
Sonic Youth's music is weird. Some of the songs are skippable.
Not the De La Soul one, though.
Not the De La Soul one.
I love the names on. So Amanda Shear Demi, she was a music supervisor, but she also worked. She did Garden State, which was a massive soundtrack at the time. Yeah. So this lady's kind of the soundtrack whisperer. And then Happy Walters, that guy did. There's something about Mary, Scream 2, American Pie. I mean, I love the soundtrack from American Pie. You got Blink in there.
Those are all movies where if you were in a bar or something and the song came on, be like, oh man, I love the movie American Pie, or I love Mean Girls, and when the Pixies play now, everyone just says, I love Fight Club.
Yeah. With my feet out there on the ground. And then Stuck in the Middle with You. Oh, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, they worked on some huge films. Big Lebowski, that had some amazing musical numbers. And
for sure.
It's just, there's a lot of talent. And also the director, I guess I keep going back to this, but I mean, Stephen Hopkins is still working. I mean, he directed Reaping, Lost in Space, Predator 2, he did Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Blown Away, but now lately he's been doing a ton of episodes of 24.
He's been doing more TV and stuff, right?
Yeah, but big episodes. He shot most of House of Lies with Don Cheadle. He took his cinematographer Peter Levy with him on that. So, yeah, I mean, this is a crew that these guys knew what they were doing. It's well lit. It's different. I think there's enough, like the soundtrack still hits. I mean, I guess people watching it now. Okay, I have a question. So you go to watch this movie, Bryce, and you're like a super masculine bro. Would you enjoy this movie?
So like if I was like Marky Mark on an airplane, would I enjoy watching this movie?
Yeah, because would you? Or would you just think, I wouldn't do that? Like, what do you think that movie does too much of that to make people who have never been in a gunfight or chased by an Irish gang led by Donald Gleason? Would this appeal to that kind of audience? And that was the main audience, I would say. Yeah,
that's true. I bet you could find an audience for this movie these days, because people like that kind of mouse hunt type of situation more than I think they would have back in 1993. But I don't know. Would I be like, bro, why don't you just hide and then hit him in the head?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Man, I would have done a double jump kick right then and there. I would have plugged all 4 of them. I was like, have you ever shot a gun? No, but it was like 20 feet away. I'm like, you would have hit Piven if you would have jumped out on that balcony. You would not have hit anybody. It would have been like Pulp Fiction when the guy explodes from the room and doesn't hit Sam Jackson or Jules or
Vincent.
yeah, Vincent, right?
Yeah.
I guess I wonder if that could be a downfall for the movie. I don't know. I'm just speculating here on why it didn't do too well. And like, okay, so this movie, they call it a cult classic, but who younger than us talks about this movie?
Yeah, most people I know haven't ever even seen this movie. They might know the soundtrack.
Yeah. I got this movie messed up with what's the other movie with Bill Paxton? Trespass.
Trespass.
Yeah. I got our movies mixed up actually.
Walter Hill?
Yeah. Ice-T.
Bill Paxton, Bill Sadler, Ice Cube, and Ice-T, right?
Yeah, and
two Bills, two Misses.
Oh, really? Oh, that's amazing.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you're
right.
right. Yeah, 2 Bills and 2 Ice. That's amazing. So yeah, it's firefighters Vince and Don venture into a gang-infested territory to find gold that's been hid inside an abandoned building. But they witness a murder and become the targets of a crime lord, Ice-T, and his underling, Ice Cube.
I'll have to rewatch that, and then if this episode pops, let me know, and I'll come back on that one.
Yeah, it's about Bill Paxton and Bill Sadler finding gold and then evading Ice Cube and Ice-T.
Yeah. Am I right on that, Walter Hill? Or?
Yeah, I mean, so that means it's very muscular and it's very lean, I would say. And it got a December 25th release date. And it had a budget of $14 million. That's pretty big.
As far as I can remember, that movie takes place in one building.
And it's short. It's only 100 minutes.
Yeah.
They get a treasure map in a burning building, and then they go to steal gold, and they're hunted down. I think Bill Paxton and Bill Sadler could pull that off, though.
I feel like they did. I don't know.
They should have gotten Bill Pullman in there.
Well, I mean, of course.
I worked with Bill Paxton on a movie called $1 Million Arm, and he told me that Funny or Die wanted to do a Bill vs. Bill skit, but they didn't want to further confuse everybody, because that just would have tied their names closer together. So the Bills decided not to do it. A little inside baseball for you.
That makes perfect sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's not get a million more people talking about this. All right, so if this episode hits, we're going to do Trespass?
Sure.
I almost watched it. That was the movie in my head when we had this around. When
is Denis Leary coming into this movie?
I send you a message. I was like, where's Piven? Oh, man. All right, so hey, let's do you want to talk about the soundtrack more?
No, I'm good.
All right, you want to do the 1993 draft?
Yeah.
All right.
Except how do I find that?
What's up?
Can I just Google that?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
And then, so what we're doing is you can go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook, the Facebook page. The day after this episode is released, I will put up this poll. So you can vote for Bryce or myself. Doesn't matter who wins, just pick your favorite team. It's really not competitive. And since you're the guest, I'm going to give you first pick. I think you can seal it with your first pick.
Can I go? It's going to hurt. You know it is.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it right out of your hands.
I know what it is. It's all good.
It's Tombstone.
Yeah. You got it. There's no way to beat that. Tombstone.
I'm pretty sure there is no way to beat that. But...
People see Tombstone and Citizen Kane, they're like, Tombstone. All right. I'm going to try to battle you and do Demolition Man. That could get some points for me, but I doubt it.
Okay. All right. I am going to take Sean Connery, R.I.P., Rising Sun.
Oh, Michael Crichton book. Wesley Snipes wrote a really nice thing about Sean Connery. Yeah, that was nice. Okay. Oh, well, so I feel like you opened the door a little bit for me here. You made it easy on me. All right, so I'm going to take... He took Tombstone. I'll do Hard Target, because my mama took a chance on me. That's why his name is Chance.
Then I have to go back and take Cliffhanger.
Yeah, I saw it. I knew it.
You gotta take advantage.
A Rennie Harlan classic. That's one of our most popular episodes, by the way. People love...
I love that episode.
Yeah, we're talking about Mountain Burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, people... That Total Recall, Cliffhanger... You know what I think it is about Total Recall and Cliffhangers? They're actually good, but they also have... They're good.
They're also absurd.
Yeah, they're absurd, and they have very loyal... Audiences love these movies, because there's a weird cult... Like, Total Recall hits every single base imaginable. And I think Cliffhanger does the same. So that's why people see it and they're like, oh, I'm listening to this. I mean, you got John Lithgow as a bad guy. Come on. All right, so I got to pick my third. I got to keep up. I'm definitely not, I don't want to, I'm a Fugitive. I don't know. Fugitive is a great pick. It's just too, is Hot Shots Part 2 an action film?
Yes.
I'm going to take Hot Shots Part 2. It has the highest blood count. They murder a lot of people. So I'm going to take that.
Well, then I will take National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1.
Yo, that's a great pick. Oh, I missed that. Oh, that's a great pick. I love when he looks through the toilet paper. And it's like in the gas station. It's like night vision.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. All right, so you have, let's see. Oh, I just gave you Hot Shots Part 2. We don't want to do that. So I have Hot Shots Part 2. You have Tombstone, Rising Sun, Cliffhanger, and Loaded Weapon 1. That's gonna be tough to beat. I got In the Line of Fire. It's like, so listen. I know that In the Line of Fire and The Fugitive are amazing films. I just don't want to pick them. Is that weird?
I get it. No.
I want to go funkier. I'm not taking Nowhere to Run. I'll do Point of No Return because I watched that when I was really young and it's stuck with me. I never watched it before La Femme Nikita and no, that's it. I'm doing Point of No Return. Some Bridget Nelson action. Bridget Fonda action. Not Brigitte Nielsen.
I do see there's some kind of Dolph Lundgren movie down here. Was he still with Brigitte Nielsen then?
Probably. True Romance seems a bit cheatery, right?
Yeah, it's True Romance and The Fugitive, but I can't pick the fake RoboCop either. I guess I'm just gonna go with the namesake of the episode. I'm gonna go Judgment Night.
Oh, hey,
Double Estevez.
Oh, wow. That's a closer for you. People will vote for that. The double Emilio? Mm-hmm. Emilio squared. So I'm looking, I missed a lot of these movies. Surf Ninjas?
Surf Ninjas is on there, and so is Sniper, which is always a movie I kind of liked. But...
Yeah, okay, this is stupid. Sniper's probably the winner, but I don't like, Surf Ninjas is an action movie, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'll take Surf Ninjas over In the Line of Fire, Fugitive, and Sniper.
True Romance.
Oh yeah, True Romance. Oh, I love it. You know, I watched Surf Ninjas when I had a concussion. I got blasted at a basketball camp right in the head, and I went to the hospital and they checked me out. Then I went home. It was my birthday, and while I was like really out of it, I watched Surf Ninjas, and it was quite a thrilling experience for me in around 1994 on VHS.
It's not a good movie, but it's not the worst movie in the world.
I mean, Ernie Reyes Jr. Give him more starring roles. I don't condone watching movies concussed, by the way, so don't go out there and do it. Bryce, I know you were thinking about it.
I was actually thinking about watching that new Kurt Russell Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah!
Concussed.
That'd be pretty trippy. All right, well, I want to hear your thoughts about it, but if you go to the hospital, it's not my fault. So, let's see. Okay, how about, before we get out of here, give me your 3 favorite moments of Judgment Night. I was going to say Trespass.
What's that?
I accidentally almost said Trespass.
I'm going to say the opening song, the closing song. They're the same song.
Yeah.
And probably those depth of field shots in the old sewer there.
You stole from me. I love those depth of field shots. All right, I guess I'll do, okay, when Emilio spears Denis Leary into a bunch of empty beer boxes.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Then we'll do when Denis Leary drowns the guy and he goes, I don't hear anything anymore. And I like how Everlast really isn't scared. Right? You know when murderous villains kill people and their henchmen are like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Everlast is like, hey man, we should probably get going. It's cool. You want to go get a burger? I like that about him. So those are the first 2. And then I liked the almost fight scene on the highway because the peacocking between all these guys, that's exactly how it would play out. And it made me happy.
That is how groups of dudes act.
Yes, right? Oh, bro, you want some of this, bro? Yeah, bro, I want this, bro. Come on, bro. Like, all right, bro, let's get out of here. Yeah. And then the guy's walking away. Yeah, walk away. What'd you say? Oh,
they get in a fight. They get in a fight because they were going to get in a fight.
He did not need that giant if they're going to be on the road, okay, where are you going to park in Chicago with that RV, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I've been in Chicago. You're not parking anywhere near there. So that's they could have just gotten a nice, like, that'd have been cool if you got a BMW or a stretch limo or a Caddy.
Lincoln Town Car, man. I've done it.
What is the RV only necessary because they get wedged in that alley?
You think like the script was like, okay, we're in the Lincoln Town Car. They get stuck in an alley. And they're also like performing surgery in the RV.
Okay. Wait, you know this movie was originally took place in the desert.
What?
Yeah. And so the early scripts, do you think that's why they had like a Hills Have Eyes RV?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And then they never rewrote it.
Yeah.
Because RV plays no part in this. Because they could have stopped their car around the block. Like, they yell at a guy to stop his car, so he parks around the block. They run out to the guy. Denis Leary and his gang come up. They watch him get shot. They get in their car. Their car tire maybe gets blown out. And then they run.
Mm-hmm. Well, they might have gotten some money from Big RV, so you never know.
Big RV was big in the 90s.
It was its last gasp of air, I'm pretty sure.
I like Big RV. It's like big pharma, big cigarette.
I mean, Winnebago Man came out a few years ago. Probably gave a little bit more breadth into the industry, but I don't think anyone's buying an RV anymore.
Yeah, and then they did the movie RV with, Robin Williams, and then Ice Cube did an RV movie.
Man.
Hills Have Eyes. The RV, we could do an RV movie. Twister had an RV, didn't it? No, I don't think Twister had an RV.
It's more of a van type of situation.
Well,
Curry always drove a van, I know that much.
Why is he the villain in that movie?
Because he has a more sophisticated, I have no idea.
Right? I don't know. I enjoy that movie big time, but it always hurts watching Bill Paxton just ditch Jamie Gertz.
Mm-hmm.
The food part's good. I like the food bit. I could watch Philip Seymour Hoffman say sustenance on a loop for hours. All right, I digress. I digress. But hey, man, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. If we need to talk about anything else, this is fun. I'd do it again. So,
I'm just
to listeners, I'm just a dude, so don't try to find me on socials.
Oh, I guess I should have said it, that Bryce and I met in Korea, and I have a very large Korean contingent. Well, people I met in Korea contingent on the podcast. So you're just joining the growing ranks of people I met in Korea on the podcast.
I talked to Norbert today.
Nice. Yeah, he's doing a Last Dragon with me next week.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be fun. But, well, thank you for joining me, man. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, glad to be here.
All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Bryce Serbrug, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.